This is Tumi Monso, the Count of Josie, Edmond Dantes in the flesh. I'm sitting with two legends here, Israel Matseke Zulu and Nani Matsoso. So, you know, there's an image that the two gentlemen have because of the past and some of the TV roles that Oprah Israel has played and has to make them real. And we've seen Oprah Nani in the recent podcasts. So there's a certain image they have, and you find Nabantu in the streets, let's say Minaga Kulung Sevens and Oprah Israel. They want him to keep projecting one side, and then there's another side people don't know about, where the people are community builders, the people are change makers in the community. So I want to elaborate also on that side because the middle of the podcast covers this other side. So Oprah Israel, let's talk about things that you do. Yeah. You know, I've seen you manage different things at the same time. And also, even when you list these things, also say for other people who want to build businesses, who want to have their hands, Rani Foundation, you are developing kids in acting, name them and how you are able to juggle them like that.
Yeah. Okay. By profession, I'm an actor, as you all know, a musician, a poet, a writer, associate producer, dialogue consultant, lingo expert, a motivational speaker, a mentor. Wherever I go, I always want to make a difference. Yeah. I'm always surrounded by people. People are looking for more from me, more than being an actor. Yeah. In terms of advice, life coaching, skills, life skills. How do you manage to do all these things? I prioritize. I live with a program. When I wake up in the morning, I don't wake up with no reason. If I don't have a reason, I don't wake up. I must sleep until 11 o'clock. It's my right. But because I have a program and I respect time, I'm a very punctual person. When we say it's 10, it's 10. Yeah. I don't work with African time. I work English time. So I respect time. That's discipline. Discipline is a necessity. Yeah. I'm patient. I persevere. And then acceptance. Yeah. Acceptance is the key. You need to accept yourself. You need to accept who you are or accept the situation so that you can find a solution and make a change.
Thank you.
I'm multitasking. I sell. I love selling something. I participate in economy. Yeah. I fail to understand people who will always say we want money, economy, what transformation, but you don't participate economically. Yeah. As a human being, you must participate, sell something, do something. From Dalang things, peanuts, apple, scopo, kota. I didn't like things. Now I'm not taking yourself.
Yeah, I'm taking Netflix. Good role.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then future, I see myself as an entrepreneur. As they're on the pipeline. Yeah. Because I believe in showing dreams, not to talk about them.
Thank you. No, that's a true one. Pranani, in terms of you, obviously you've told your story, you've narrated your struggles, but there's work, so much multiple things that you are handling. I mean, there's the agricultural side, there's the community building side. So I was telling a bed to West, but before you go in, why from bed to West? Why be into a better, from bed to better? From bed to dark to light. Why bed to West? I also explain the reasoning behind that branding and the activities go bed to West and some of the whatever I share in terms of what you are doing in the organization.
Yeah, in terms of Ilenzana from bed to West. Nishawa kakhulu impilo engidlule kuyo. Yabo? And then coming back seeing le youth ingena inkingeni. Yabo? And more especially for izinto ebazi experienceayo. Yeah, you know I challenge manje. Yabo it's a fitting situation. Yabo? So now this thing from bed to West. is to ukubaxwayisa yabona, to tell them ukuthi they may stay away from bad things yabona. Yeah, and then youth, you want to see our youth changing, ifocus ku education, ingangena ecrime, ingaye ejele, ingayenzi into negative, like buningi babo basana bazali. So they must learn to respect our parents. They must learn to respect themselves. They must learn to pursue their positive dreams. And then educational, it's a key to success. So now we don't want them ukuthi bandlule or bataste lente siboni. So because the situation ukuthi things that they are experiencing lang apart at times of they are inviting peer pressure for bona, because now izinto sezilula manje, technology wise, we are internet to go and research, and then there's so much programs ezikhona ukuthi manje ezikulidela in my entweni positive. So now let them focus on doing positive things. Then we come along manje kuma activities akhona go from bad to worse. As our chief executive has said, Utsepo, we've got a lecture a agriculture. So we do teach them how to plant, how to fall in love with vegetable gardens, and then agriculture per se, and then we've got this workshop as a anti-gangsterism, more focus here to youth, helping out our brothers and sisters so that in a struggle is this a killer monster, a challenger matrix. And then hence helping out in Abazali, let parents disclose, let parents talk their challenges. So from bad to worse, it drives the mindset youth to positive thoughts. Yes.
So okay, also now ngifuna ukukhuluma nge-alternative media, because both of you are in the alternative media space kulo msebenzi osuyenzayo, both Winner Media, both Bad to Worse. So kusho ukuthi alternative media operating outside the mainstream media where you control and own. Ngifuna ama perspective wenu no to each. Ngicela kuwe but Israel usitshela ukuthi le media society nama podcast nezinto, what is the importance of that, and nabantu on the ground, how can it empower them? Because abanye abantwana abazi ukuthi even if they are unemployed, they can take a phone and start something on YouTube. But what is your view on that?
Yeah, this podcast, number one, let me say it's a platform for anyone to come and speak on his or her behalf or for the voiceless. If you want to address an issue, you can't approach people individually, door in door. So social media have made things easier. So we are utilizing the social media to reach the mass. Look now, a channel, it's a channel, a podcast. In the olden days, we were supposed to go and ask SABC to give us an opportunity, and then chances are very rare to get that opportunity. So the person who has came with a social media platform, the person who have created a smartphone, he's very smart. So that is the power of the podcast, and then the vision of the Israel Matseke Zulu podcast is to make the impossible possible. Everything starts somewhere. You can start from nowhere, being nobody. I was nobody. I'm from a family whereby there's no doctor, there's no nurse, there's no policeman, there's no office worker. We're from the families of domestic workers. But here am I today. I'm well known. It starts in the mind. So the podcast will empower people to develop a strength for self-employment. it will equip their minds to develop a strength to overcome elements like low self-esteem, laziness, eradicate criminal behavior, eradicate crime mentality, eradicate black mentality.
Yeah, give hope in a way.
Not only by giving hope, but also creating opportunities as well.
Yeah.
Because here we are now, we'll be taking others to the rehab
Yeah.
through this podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to find work for others. Others are going to be employed by us as Winner Media, as Israel Matseke Zulu Foundation, as Israel Academy and Solutions.
Yeah.
So it's an empire. It's an empire, it has no limit. Some of the things I can never mention what are we going to do, but we've got a number of things. We'll be shooting films, documentaries, writing books, education, theory, practically, mentorship, branding skill, artist management, workshops, interaction, participation. That's who we are. That's the vision of the podcast.
And then when Nani Matsoso is also in the alternative media space, as you say, you are holding workshops. There's something you are working on that maybe I'm show in herself. Please, what? So in terms of your alternate media, how is it a tool for you? What's your vision in terms of your alternate media in your space as you are working now?
Yeah, the most important thing senior youth they are more in this industry, filming, and then some of them are makeup artists, some of them are wardrobe artists, so now they cannot get chance, and they didn't get chance to imagine so now with the podcast, and then we've got the challenges to raise the voice, because most of the ama female they are going through challenges such as GPV, child molesting. So now there's so many things under the roof of these foreign houses, or our houses. So zibhekane nama family nabafethu abancane, the coming up youth. So now with the podcast, you heal, this is a development program, so to come and raise a voice, and then to come and reach the entire community, so now is to reach other and reach each other, because as an Matseke Zulu Foundation and from Petuas, this collaboration it's an highly progressive collaboration, because now we are looking forward to work with Matseke Zulu Foundation, and then spreading the weight, the strength and hope. From our challenges, from our past, and now being the community developers now. And now there's one thing I didn't mention. We've got cycling amongst Ilensan from Petuas, whereby now we're going out to do the outreach programs using the motion of cycling, to spread the weight. So when these brothers and sisters, maybe they want to learn more about riding a bicycle, and then how to entertain them to cycling,
and in fitness.
Yes, and the fitness wise, we've got our brother Umongezi, and then he's the one who's facilitating that.
Oh, I see.
So now and from Petuas, having our brother Utsepo facilitating for the workshops of agriculture, and then more in approaching schools, and then even now we do take our brothers and sisters who they're coming from rehabs, and then we do the intakes, and now we take them when they come back to do the follow-up programs, because so gonna learn demand. uyabona ukuthi now sekuyatshalwa kiyo uyabona so they come and learn more about and then about agriculture and then how to utilize ama seed uyabona so there's more and there's more in from Betway. So now we are much more proud of being collaborated in Matseke Zulu Foundation and looking forward to help out in our lovely community out there.
Yeah, and then the last one, just briefly, gentlemen, in terms of the two of you, I don't know how far your recollection goes. How and where did you meet? What was the interaction like between you? If you don't mind sharing that history, this will be the last one in Ivalayo. In a brief, do you have the memory of that? How did you inspire each other at that time? Like just interaction, like as it was, yeah. So I'm asking Pranani then just
no, lento iso it's a remedy as it is, yeah. Mina no manamune Israeli besimbiza uma orange yabona very intelligent guy more active yabona awune spirit umfethu yabona and then singenile entene alright echele it was where ukuthi yini besiyobhekana nomthwalo wezonu zethu yabona so he started now to reform his situation sasejele by doing activities yabona theater per se yabo wenzalo theater ikuye uphila yona with theater as it is yabo the healing program yabo it's where now we have engaged yabo and then yazi he once said wisibani esoshintsho
it's a strong message.
Yes so as it is manje akusinto ukuthi manje uyayifanekisa here is it it's happening and then now by God's grace yabo usasibekile and uNkulunkulu inibekane njongo ngathi yabo so here we are by this strength and hope that we are sharing and the collaboration of the podcast we can reach out there ukuthi isizwe sishintshe bashintshe nabafethu babone impumelelo empilweni.
No siyabonga angazi if so now you are wrapping everything up, the experience, interaction and the future the way ibona ngakhona, and then we will wrap it from there.
The gentleman, I think when I was serving my sentence, he was also serving his sentence. He's a person of my generation, age group. So he mentioned people that I know about desperate. He understands. He's been there. We've been there. So what I will just say now, it's about when we started this movement in prison. It was time. It's like we've seen it, all of us. But the question was, who must do it? Then I decided to do it. Yes, I know life is a risk. It's not easy to take a stand that we took. Speaking about gangsters, speaking about his life, what's happening behind bars. You might die even for that in the black culture. But because when you are ready to do something, you are ready. So I'm very proud about what I've started in prison. I'm not surprised, I'm not shocked. I knew exactly after I've implemented the model, many will follow. Remember, after me, that's when we had products like Abukeni Kunene, people were writing books now in prison. We had the Goom Chefs, people were singing. So it's a seed that I planted. And it has grown into a tree. Now we are harvesting. So it's a job well done. So I'm very proud of you. Yeah, you know, sometimes masigcoka amabhruku sonke anama all star sinama tattoo sonke. Sibona ngathi siyafana si judgmental. Kanti don't judge a book by its cover. There's a lot inside emntwini. Uma ngibhekile vele ngunjivana ngisiyabhamba ilife. Mara awazi ukuthi yini struggle sethu, what were the challenges, what makes me to be like this. So we're gonna have many people like him. I've met abo Themba Lukele, Muskim GP, abo Tsepo, abo Donald, abafana bajike ku Hangpan, abo Papa Tukani, abo Spue Mpanza. We've changed a lot. We've changed people. You wouldn't believe this guy can change. Sometimes people, they wait for someone to do something and see it work, it work. Pella, it's not easy to change, but it's easy to say I change. But to change, it's a process.
It's a process on its own.
So the modem that he has is very rich and it's needed, more especially by the youth. Me, I'll continue doing what I've been doing. There's nothing new, no resolutions. There's nothing new, whatever. I just continue doing what I've been doing, graduating, expanding the vision. So, but our goal is one. Crime doesn't pay. Under everything, whatever we are doing, all the activities, programs, workshops, what we want to achieve, we want to see our young people, the next generation, being crime-free minded.
Most definitely.
They must approach life from a different aspect. We also motivate, demotivated, and inspire those who are not inspired. Guti, you don't have to be a child of a doctor to become a superstar. Akumelanga umama kuze kube yi-mistress kuze wenze izinto zenzeke. Finally, let me say, as people, we need to look ourselves as people, not as race. Sometimes i-race iyasibulala ukuthi ya mina ngiphume Alexander. Then maphume Alexander, then what? Mina ngiphume Zola. Hey, nuggets was social. And then no, mina ngiphume Natal ngumZulu. Consider yourself as a human being. Neutralize yourself, then you're making your life easier. You are not even restricting yourself to the opportunities. So that's how I close the subject.
No, thanks, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard yourself from the two legends, and you've seen the other side, because that's what I really wanted to highlight in this segment, because we see the other side, you know, the fanfare is there for that, but it's important that we know the work that the people are doing, so that the change is demonstrated. You can see another side. I was explaining this to someone the other day. You know, Basitsana Makhalimele or Kumalo Sori now, she is running a production company. She's not that beauty queen she was that time. She's evolving into something else. That's why I wanted people to also see, so that when they approach, if you approach, let's say, Israel, you just want him to say, Futsek, you are missing out on a lot. He can teach you how to run business. He can teach you how to multitask. He can teach you how to be a family man, how to build your community. But when you just want to only see the character that you see on TV. So I wanted this segment to cover that. You don't just want man against and all these things. You understand what else he knows how to do, what he's doing in the future, because there's a future. Snoop Dogg Lomtanda overseas is doing different. Gangster, but you can see a different side, the businessman and all that. That's what I wanted the segment to cover. So thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next episode. Peace out. Thank you. Sure. Thank you.